Good afternoon, and welcome to South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church Did You Know Midweek Moments series. As you know, February is the month of Black History, and all month long we have gathered SSMBC deacons to discuss the history makers. My name is Deacon Levon Traylor, and I want to introduce our deacons on our panel. First, we want to start off with Deacon Carolyn Jones. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Then we want to have Deacon Scott, which is our ministry leader. Say hello.
Hello.
And Deacon Dennis Foster, Senior. Say hello.
Good afternoon.
Okay, and I want to, today we want to talk about the struggle and survival and the influence of Michelle Obama. So at this point in time, I'm going to hand it off to Deacon Carolyn Jones.
Thank you, Deacon Traylor. As Deacon Traylor just said, we're going to talk about this. We are not going to talk about. We're going to discuss the struggles of Michelle Obama and the struggles, her survival, and the influences that she has on the lives of people today. And just to give you a little bit of background about Michelle Obama, it says Michelle LaVon Robinson Obama is an American attorney and author who serves as the First Lady of the United States from 2009 to 2017. She was the first African American woman to serve in this position. She is the wife of former President Barack Obama. She was born January 17, 1964. She has two daughters, Malia Obama and Sasha Obama. She went to school at Harvard Law School in 1988. She also went to Princeton University in 1981 to 1985. Whitney Young Magnet High School, 1977 to 1981. And her parents is Marion Shields Robinson and Frazier C. Robinson III. And in all of that, we want to talk about her struggles. As I would like to hear from my deacons, what do you think her struggles were?
Dennis.
Okay, so being a mother was probably added pressure to her children as far as her husband being president. Being a mother, have to console them, have to guide them in a way that society might look at them different, will probably be a struggle for her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, her struggle might have been putting her education on hold just to support her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, one of the some of the struggles that she might have had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I wanna go back to Michelle Obama without a husband or without any children.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to a young lady born and raised on the south side of Chicago.
Yes.
The south side of Chicago hasn't always been the south side of Chicago that it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the struggle back then, and I don't know personally how, she the financial situation in her household, or I don't know any of that, but I know that a Black girl being raised on the south side of Chicago, there are things that she has to be aware of. Now, today, we have people kidnapping girls.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they could have had the struggle of how you looked. You could have had a struggle of where you came from. I mean, they might have had a problem with you staying on King Drive, or they might have had a problem with you staying in Inglewood, you know? So the struggle that I feel she should probably had at coming up on the south side of Chicago. Chicago is a large area, and the south side of Chicago has always been a place where, yes, you wanted to be, but you might not have felt the struggle of your parents, but at some point in your life, you knew that there was a struggle because her being Black, you just didn't have those opportunities as a younger. You didn't have those opportunities on the south side of Chicago that you probably had after you got to be an adult, or you got to be in high school, or you went off to college, or whatever the case is. Some of those things changed from where you were a young girl on the south side of Chicago to the things that you endured when you became an adult.
Amen. I also want to add that, and from my perspective, her struggle began as a Black woman, right? Being Black and then female in a society that really wasn't welcoming to people of color. Her struggles were to go to school and become, one of the top students in the class, and later on go on to law school. And her path, her projection in life seemed to be on the right path. But all of a sudden, she met this young man who was a community activist, and he had aspirations, and he decided to run for Senate and then for president. And she was caught up in the middle of this. Now, Barack Obama was the first Black president, but Michelle was the first Black first lady. Now, when you're first of anything, right, people look at you strange. So Michelle, her struggle was to try to portray an image that was respectful and that was that people could not find fault in. She was very articulate, she was smart, and she was able to navigate the political scene with grace. And I think that's one of her biggest struggles right there, because people are not always welcoming of change.
I totally agree with everyone what they have said to this afternoon, is that yes, being a mother is a hard job for anybody, you know, especially, coming up, as she said, she lived on the south side of Chicago. There, I know myself that we had family members that it was, if it, we had two bedrooms. That, so, and I remember her in her book, she was saying about her and her brother, saying that her and her brother shared a room. Her and her brother shared a room. So yes, she had those type of struggles in her life. But the thing is that she overcame all those things. She overcame all those things in her life, and she went on to become the person that she is. She went on to become an author, an author, a lawyer, the first lady president, Black president. I mean, Black president's wife. So she have overcame a lot of those things that we felt that might be holding us down. And she showed us that we can stand in grace and accomplish these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so in all of that, her survival was doing the very best that she can in her life, doing the very best that she can in her life, and to achieve everything that she thought that she wanted to achieve in life, to be able to stand strong as the strong Black woman that her mother had raised her to be. I would like to know your comments on how did Michelle Obama survive adversities in her life.
Okay, from from my understanding, she survived her adversity just by being steadfast, right? She knew going in that even before she went into the White House that people of color were disenfranchised. They were counted as second class citizens, and even though she felt that way, she pressed her way through. Right, we talked about how she went to school and how she studied and how she performed in school and progressed and went on to Harvard and law school and all those things. Just determination, right? That's how she did. She applied herself to a point and do things that people could not deny that she was an educated Black woman and that she had the skill sets to be successful in life. However, but going over into political realm, her objective was to find her niche, right? And her niche was was healthy eating, right, for kids, right? Yeah. She would plant gardens and she would talk about getting them moving and exercise and stuff, about child obesity and all those things. So she had a platform she stood on that nobody else was considering. So how she did it was then she applied herself. Not only did she say those things, she was involved. Wow. Every step of the way with everything that they did. So I think that's how she dealt with her adversity.
Are you tired?
And I think that she survived by just knowing what she wanted and making sure that she went after that. Like she knew how she wanted her kids to be raised, and she did it. I mean, with no influence from the United States of America. She knew how she wanted to support her husband without any influence from the United States of America. So she kept herself, even being, like if you're the first lady or you of the president, you the president's first lady or the United States of America's first lady, there is some expectations of you. Somebody might have said that, well, you from Chicago, why don't you just tell your husband to do this for Chicago? But she stood as what she was. She was not the president. She was the president's wife. And her place was first lady. Her place was not to try to rule the United States of America. And we know that sometimes the wife is the person that basically rules, but she survived this by letting the world know through her actions that she was not just President Barack Obama's wife, she was Michelle Obama.
Yes. And I like to thank Deacon Scott for bringing that up, because that was one of the main keys that I was looking at, was that she wanted to be her own person, even though she was in a marriage and in a agreement, but she was still her own person. And so, even when we're doing things in life and going through our struggles, we attend to let it be a we thing instead of a me thing. And so in the process of her and her husband being the president and standing up and being first lady of the president, then she had a lot going on with her that people didn't realize behind closed doors. And so she stayed fast to what she believed in also. There was 16 accomplishments that she made in life. There were 16 accomplishments. We're not going to be able to go through all her accomplishments tonight, but there were 16 of her accomplishments that she made in life. Deacon Traylor talked about one of them, where she talked about the thing was, let's move. When she was telling the kids let's get up and move your bodies. Let's exercise. Let's start eating healthy and all of this. Also talked about she got connected with Walgreens and other healthy food places to make sure that our communities will have healthy foods. And so that's going to come into our next question. Talks about what do we learn from Michelle's Obama's influences for us today? What do we learn from her influences for us today?
Um, well, we learned that if you believe that you can achieve, um, that's what I think. That's what their platform was. Uh, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. Uh, Her husband, uh, uh, he spoke on, or his platform was, yes, we can. Uh, and so that was something that she was uh, believed on, uh, achieving uh, whatever in life that is thrown at you, that you achieve it, whether it be um, parenthood, if it be whether it be uh, education, or whether it just be um, the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You achieve.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Anyone else?
And I think another influence that she left with her legacy. I mean, even though she's still here, part of her legacy is to let young Black girls
Yes,
know that the sky is the limit.
yes,
You have to go after what you want. And once you get there, do it in a spirit of excellence. And no one, the devil in hell, cannot defeat what you've accomplished.
yes,
Amen. Yeah.
yes,
And I'm gonna close wrap it up by simply saying this. Her influence, as far as I can see, tells me that you can be great at more than one thing.
that's
Like
right.
she was an excellent mother, right? She raised her children up to be, the best that they can be, right? Then she was a wife to her husband, right? I think she would go to blows. I think she would fight. Somebody said something online to Barack, but then she was also I consider her the greatest first lady that the United States has ever had because of her influences and the things that she has done while in office. So she tells me that we don't have to be limited just to one thing. You can be great at several things. All you have to do is apply yourself. The sky is the limit.
Amen.
Yes. And in that we all know that the sky is the limit. And I just want to thank you all for joining in with our conversation this afternoon. Did you know our midweek moment Wednesday at 12 o'clock? Please join in every Wednesday if you can for the month of February. It's going to be awesome every Wednesday. So thank you all for joining in with our conversation.